Ladies and gentlemen, it is the Saturday of the Knoxville 410 Nationals, and in my few years of being here, this is the weirdest Saturday so far. Here's why. First off, we have all of our rigs here in the infield. That is because Mother Nature doesn't necessarily look very good for today and this evening. It doesn't really matter, but we're unsure if we're gonna get the show in. Like I said, it doesn't, like the weather doesn't look good. Iowa's super unpredictable. Usually we're all unloaded, you know, almost 30,000 fans here, no rigs at all. But like now we're getting in the infield and it's only about noon because they want to get us in here. They think we might have rainstorms, and then like we kind of just wait it out and do whatever is possible to get the show in. So it's just such an interesting vibe in the atmosphere. I feel like there's just a lot of uncertainty. At the end of the day, it is what it is. We got the 18T out. We're gonna get it ready to go racing. We're on the pole of the D main, and all we can do is ride along for today, enjoy the show, bring you guys along with us. It's the end of our trip. You know, it's been a long week. Everyone, this is kind of where you just have to push 110% and really try to finish strong. Well, we are about to get the night underway. Weird to say that considering it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. They're starting this Nationals a little earlier. The majority of the bad weather looks like it's coming tonight, so they're just trying to make sure they get this show done before it hits. And it may not hit. I mean, today honestly hasn't been as bad as they thought. We've definitely had showers off and on. Again though, it is Iowa. You cannot predict what's gonna happen. Personally, as a racer, I wanna see this show happen, get it done today. A lot of fans got more things to do, got to travel, get home. Our team, you know, we got to obviously continue down the road and head back to the West Coast and get ready for the races we have there in the coming weeks. It's just a bigger win if this thing completes tonight as it is scheduled to. Want to show you guys the racetrack. So you can see the surface right there, and I will tell you this, as I get ready to go get suited up, get some engine heat, and we'll get on track, someone's going to walk out of here very, very happy with just under $200,000 in their pocket. And there's a lot of guys that are going to walk out of here with a good chunk of money for their work this week and their efforts, and that's just really, really cool. What the Nationals, the reason it brings so many cars is because they take care of, you know, their show and take care of everyone involved, and that's just why we love supporting this event, and I really believe it's the greatest event in all of dirt racing.
So I figured this would be a good look at behind the scenes of what can happen on the road. Just a quick 15-minute power nap after getting my suit on because they delayed the show, and what's better than just laying on the trailer floor with your feet propped up on a tire? Yeah, I'll tell you what, that got me ready for the night.
So hot laps are now complete. Very, very fresh racetrack here. They actually canceled the E-main event just because of a bunch of cars scratching. So they have a few more hot laps, and then the D-main event is gonna go. We roll off from the pole, so this is obviously pretty simple. Get a good start, it's 12 laps. Racetrack's pretty fresh, so I think no matter what, everyone's just gonna kind of single file out, do their thing, get through that, and then move to the C. Obviously in the C, starting way farther back, you know, that's a whole different ball game and, you know, an attack that you would do than, you know, the D. Here starting up front, main thing is just rolling good on the start, taking off, and go out there and make some laps and continue to feel better. Our hot lap session was one of the best ones we've had so far all week. Kind of hard to judge because we're out there with guys that are obviously around where we're sitting, but we ran a good lap time. Racetrack still got some grease, so it's got to keep burning in, but it is in the sun, so I do think things are going to change a little bit more at a quicker rate than what we might see if it was already a little bit later in the evening. Regardless though, we got to strap right back in here. We just have a few minutes, and then we're going to be heading out for the D main event to begin our Knoxville Saturday.
Turns 3 and 4.
So I ran out of tear-offs, guys, for 5 laps around Knoxville. Today kind of went exactly how we thought it might go. Got out front in the D main, never really had any pressure. Got a good chance to run like through the middle, run the bottom too. The bottom wasn't, you know, the track wasn't as wet. It was wet, but it was already kind of hard in the middle just because, you know, this is the 4th straight night on the surface. You got to think too, we've had 360 Nationals, the Capitani, so just a lot of laps in general, and these guys like every day. And whenever you're running, again, as we talked about, with a little bit of sunlight, not as much cloud cover, the racetrack is going to move, but Knoxville still, at times, where there's grip, there's grip. And I mean, I had like 18 tear-offs on. I didn't use any, of course, in the D, and then I used just about every bit of what I had in the C, and at the end I was going like this. So I think we finished 15th or 16th, or I don't know where we finished in the C main. It doesn't really matter. We were just trying to continue to get laps, keep our car and equipment in one piece, of course, so kind of being cautious. In the D main, you know, you're going hard just because you're trying to learn as much as you can. It's a good opportunity to be out front, and that's why, like, even I could have just ran all 12 laps around the middle, but I'm like, I want to try to run the bottom and just keep working on that, and then process those laps as I'm racing to figure out like what we need to be better. And we already have quite a few ideas from the entire week, but still, more laps never hurt. So don't really like trophies for not actually winning nothing, but definitely the coolest D main and maybe only D main trophy I'll ever get. Knoxville kind of does it right in that sense. Yeah, like I said, not really a fan of trophies for things, you know, like I always have tell you guys, I hate second, hate third place trophies, hate B main, C main trophies, but at least Knoxville does it right and gives you actually a really cool piece of hardware. So anyway, not complaining, really cool that they do that. Kind of just helps make the event what it was, and rewards all the guys that are, you know, moving through the entire show. So we're gonna go watch the rest of the night, keep learning, and hopefully the racetrack keeps getting better and better, so we see a really good show. Of course, with not a lot of laps tonight with all the rain and whatnot, it still has quite a bit of grip and is really fast, and overall whoever's gonna win is gonna have to put it all out on the line this evening. Well guys, it's pretty unreal that the Nationals is over. Like, it's actually sad. And I like don't even have a voice. I'm pushing through right now. What we saw tonight was absolutely unreal. I'm sure you guys saw Ryan Timms led every single lap. And I'll be the first one to tell you, like, I think in racing it's just natural you don't like your competitors, right? Your competitors, like, you're trying to take food off each other's table. You're both trying to win races. You're competing. But at the end of the day, you also have respect in this game, and game respects game. What we saw tonight was, I don't know if we'll ever see something like that ever again. So anyway, that was how the Nationals ended. As far as our day, I feel like we kind of did our job for where we were. Of course, we wanted to have a better Nationals, but I've talked a lot. I feel like this week I learned more about my program than ever before, and I really enjoyed having Ty Wolfgang help us out. Unfortunately, he's not going to be continuing with us the rest of the year, but man, what an opportunity it was just to work with him, and you know, maybe there'll be a chance in the future for us to get back together. It was really cool having him in our pit area, and just such a attention to detail guy for such a young age, and you know, spent a lot of time at Casey Kane Racing and other teams, and man, just like so sharp. So it was amazing to have him in our pit area, and again, I feel like we learned so much. And in this game, that's a big deal because everyone's so fast, and we just have a lot of things that we need to work on to get our car better at a half mile at Knoxville. And I'm glad that we got this week to, you know, have some momentum, you know, make some good runs, make the prelim night A, have some decent points. Tough Friday, which put us behind for now Saturday, but at the end of the day, again, I feel like we made progress, made some of my better laps around Knoxville, and I'm just looking forward to getting back here and continuing to build our operation. What we're doing is so tough, and doing a lot of it on our own until, you know, we get some good help, and I feel like that really is going to point us and give us that guidance, you know, to take our program to the next level. So thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks to our great partners, my family, my team, everyone around me. It wouldn't be possible without them, and to be here in the sprint car capital of the world. I mean, look at this place, it's almost empty now, but such a blessing, man. Like, you guys show so much love to myself and my family. It's like, it's hard for me to put into words, so thank you from the bottom of my heart. I'm so lucky to do this, and I don't plan on stopping anytime soon. We have big goals. We're not necessarily where we want to be, but man, we're enjoying the journey, and I feel like we're taking the right steps. We just got to keep working hard. So we'll see you guys all in the next video. Thank you for being a part of what I do. That's a wrap on the 2025 Knoxville Nationals. Deuces.